All right, Spencer Robarge, PBA Tour champion. That's got a pretty good sound to it. It's been a while in the making, despite the fact you're only 7 events into your rookie season. I just saw you collecting your thoughts there, kind of just staring into the abyss.
Hmm.
How are you trying to soak in this moment right now?
It's hard to describe. Um, I realize this is my rookie year. I realize that this is 7 events in, but you spend so much time wanting to be out on tour, wanting to be a professional bowler, and you never know if you're going to get a chance to hold one. And obviously, the players didn't happen, and the last 4 events after that hadn't been great, and it had been a little taxing. So it feels real good. Um, I don't know what to say. I'm not going to know what to say for a little while, but that's okay. Um, I look forward to figuring that all out. So,
It's interesting to hear how you're describing the first 2 months of your rookie season because in another way, it sounds like a veteran who's like, yeah, I made a couple shows my rookie year, didn't win one there, and then it's been a few seasons, a few years of trying to get back.
yeah,
And you're just talking about a few weeks here. So
yeah.
just describe the first 2 months of your rookie season. It's just so much is being thrown at you left and right. How have you been able to take it in and perform at your best this week?
First off, I have to give a lot of thanks to Jake Peters and Dallas Leong, Julian Salinas, Tyler Bowe, all of the guys that I room with, because without them, I wouldn't be able to do this. They have helped me navigate these first couple of months. Obviously, the first week went great. It was a great run. Um, Came up short on the show, but it was really really good. And then the next 4 weeks just weren't very good. I had a couple of close calls at cuts, but didn't quite get there. And I had a couple of events I bowled pretty poorly, and I was pretty down after Fort Wayne. I wasn't, didn't really feel like I was bowling my best, and I flew, I flew from Fort Wayne to Houston to bowl a regional to try to get into the TOC PTQ. I was fortunate to win that regional. I then flew back to the Masters, missed the practice session, qualified fourth, um, won 2 matches, and then lost to Cam Crow, and then lost to Bonta to finish whatever 17 through 24, whatever the numbers were. And then we came here, and I knew that the shape was going to allow the lanes to hook a little bit, and I might be able to throw them hard. And fortunately, my ball picked up just about every time I threw it hard, so that was okay. But yeah,
So in the last 3 weeks here, no, you get into the TOC PTQ, and now you're into the real TOC.
yeah, yeah,
Whereas that's gonna be a pretty special feeling in a few weeks, huh?
yeah. A lot of people know I'm a historian of the game, and there's not a whole lot of landmarks in bowling that are left. The places that the Dick Webbers, the Don Carters, the Earl Anthonys bowled at. Um, we're in Ohio, and obviously Akron, where the TOC is, AMF Riviera, is one of the biggest on Mount Rushmore. The Showboat probably would be on that list. I might say the name wrong. Ducat's Imperial Lanes in Toledo probably would be on that Mount Rushmore as well. And I don't believe it's around anymore. So to get to, and Woodland Bowl, obviously. So to get to bowl in Riviera and to get to pass under that sign through these doors past the world's finest bowlers is going to be probably one of the greatest thrills of my life.
That's I can see the smiles a little
Yeah.
bit stronger just talking about Riviera there.
Yeah.
Um, you bowled one teammate in this title match here, Ryan Barnes.
Hmm.
You mentioned you lost to Bonta both at the Masters and obviously on that first player show.
Yeah.
How special is it knowing, I'm sure when you guys were in college, you guys thought, this is a special team.
Yeah.
And every week out here, you guys prove it special could not be in more bold in all caps. What's it like seeing that team that you guys put together for a few years and what you guys are achieving on this tour?
It's incredible. I mean, I can't speak for other universities, but I can speak for Wichita State. I'm not sure that there's another school that trains harder than we do, mentally, physically. It's hard. It's not easy. There's a lot of early mornings. There's a lot of practices when you don't want to practice. There's a lot of this. There's a lot of that. And at times we use the word suck. There's a lot of suck to get to the good. And I spent a lot of time around Bana and Ryan and TJ, Alec, all of the guys that are out here making a name for themselves. So to bowl against Ryan in that match is, I told him before the show even started, before EJ and Vi, I said, I hope it's one of the both of us. I said, if it's me, great. If it's you, great. I just hope it's one of us. And so when I was fortunate to get to the match, we'd solidified it was going to be one of us. It was just a matter of who. So.
Do you watch your opponents? Do you watch what they're doing as they're bowling?
To a degree, yes. I watched Vi quite a bit because I was down pretty much that entire match, and I was just, I'm watching because I knew if I didn't get an opening, I was going to be watching the rest of the show from the side. I feel like whenever my opponent maybe gives me a little bit of help there, I feel like it kind of perks me up and gets me ready to go for the next shot. So I watched him, and obviously he got the unfortunate break in the washout. And then as we went on and started watching Packy and then watching Ryan, and I was trying to put Ryan down as much as I could there at the beginning because he left the 8-10, and I had the messenger miss in the first, and I had the high 10 in the second, so it was basically a square match. And I had him down 20, and then I had him down 1, or he had me up 1, or whatever the numbers came out to. And I didn't want to have to put the ball in his hand because I knew if I put the ball in his hand, he was probably going to get it. And unfortunately, the first one in the 10th was just a bad shot. It was up the lane a little bit. I'd had some shim from there, and that one just didn't quite get there. And that's nobody's fault other than me. It just wasn't a very good shot. I really, really wanted that this last one in the 10th, make him throw all 3. And when it got 9, I figured if he gets the second one, I'm dead because he'll get 9. He'll get 9 or 10. But yeah, I watched probably more than I should have, but I guess it worked out okay.
You realize you were a solid 8 away from shooting 300?
I am. Yeah, that would have been cool. What stinks is the 3 got off the wall and it got behind the 8.
Yeah.
So I probably would have donked it off later on in the match. I probably would have thrown one bad and 7-pinned or, done something stupid. But yeah, it's okay, I guess.
Are there words to describe what you were feeling when Barnes left that 6-10?
I didn't know what to think, to be completely honest with you. I've spent so much time in my life dreaming of this moment. Even last night, I was sitting on the edge of the bed just thinking about this moment. And when it came, I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to feel. I didn't know if I should cry, if I should scream, if I should jump. I didn't know what to do. And I think I got down on my heels and put my hand in my head, in my arms, because I didn't know what to do. But yeah, I didn't know what to do, but I don't know.
What does it mean to be a PBA champion? Have you thought about that yet?
It means the absolute world. I've wanted to be. I've always looked up to Earl Anthony, and a lot of people don't know that Earl came out and went back home, and then came back out a few years later and won his first title. And I always wanted to be like Earl. And I don't have 43 titles. I don't have 10 majors, but I got one. So I'll be okay.
I know you're a historian of the game. You mentioned you can shoot 299 and a half to Taryn earlier in the week. I know you're not a big social media guy. You like to go in the archives and watch old bowling shows. So what's your comfort show, your favorite historic moment that you like going back to watch?
1982 PBA National Championship. Do you know what that is?
Elaborate.
Do you know what it is? I think.
Sure do.
Okay. So Earl Anthony won the PBA National in 74, 75, and 76. He won won a three-peat, never been done before. I want to say it was 1979 he finished second, and then they went back to Imperial Bowl in 1981. 1981 he beat Charlie Tapp. 1982 he bowled. Do you know who
Schlegel.
he bowled?
Schlegel.
I'm sorry, he bowled Schlegel in 81. He bowled Tapp in 82, I think.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. I might have that wrong. But he got up in the 10th, and he threw the first hit in the 10th to go over $1 million. The first bowler to ever go over $1 million. And obviously there's 30 or 40, I don't know how many guys have done it since, probably a lot. But to do that in era of time when a first place check was $27,000, maybe 30. I mean, the guys bowl for $100,000 on the major shows nowadays, so it's easy. But it took him basically 12 years to get to $1 million, and a lot of people don't understand how monumental that was. And for me, I know that strike. It's light. He split the 4-5 and the 7 fell 8. I know that strike. So that's my favorite show by a country mile.
That's an incredible answer. Something else that I think you mentioned on the show there at the end, just Ryan's performance this week through 36 games. Can you talk a little bit more about that, what you saw from Ryan throughout the week, and what it was like competing against him in that title match?
I don't know exactly the amount of pairs. It was 2 or 3 pair away that I bowl. He was to my left, and every time I watched him throw a shot, he struck. And when you're 2 or 3 pairs away, people might not understand. You watch a lot of shots. I probably watched him bowl 14 of his games, and every shot struck. So as someone who's trying to get to the leaderboard, it's really hard to catch up when your guy never misses. He put up video game numbers all week, and it was incredible to watch. If it couldn't be me, I was hoping he would win. I really was, because it's so hard to lead the tournament and then have to win it again. And he won the tournament in the qualifying. He struck so much, nobody could catch him. We could have bowled 2 games against his one, and I'm not sure we would have caught him. He bowled so good. So,
last question I got for you here. The Rookie of the Year race is shaping up to be an all-timer between you and Bonta. You two both earned rookie exemptions. CJ Petrin also earned one. Mm-hmm. At this rate, it seems like he's due for a win with the rate you guys are going at. So I think after Bonta shoots 300, climbs a major step ladder, and he wins the title, it felt like the race was over. And now 2 rookie champions in one season. What are you expecting to see down the stretch here from yourself, from Bonta, from the other rookies?
To be completely honest with you, I'm not worried about it. It was a dream of mine to win Rookie of the Year, but it was an even bigger dream of mine to win a title. And I would love to be fortunate enough to win Rookie of the Year. That would be one of the greatest thrills of my life, but it will not beat this. So if I win, great. If he wins, great. I'm happy for whoever of us. If it's another rookie, if another rookie comes up and takes it from the both of us, I will applaud them. It's probably been a while, besides Ryan, it's probably been a while since there's been a set of rookies that have had this impact, and I'm just extremely fortunate to be a part of it. So if he wins it, great. If I win it, great. I'll be okay either way.
I lied. I have a follow-up, because with you being a historian of the game, and you kind of elaborate or touching on it there, this rookie class, plus Ryan last year and a few others that have come up, it feels like a new era of stars are being born right in front of our eyes. Mm-hmm. What do you think of this young crop of talent?
It's incredible. And the thing is, in 5 years, you're going to be talking to some other person up here in this chair, and you're going to ask them the same question. Bowlers these days are getting smarter. They're getting more versatile. They're able to do things that my grouping of guys, we can't do. The game is evolving, and it's growing, and I love that. So I think our grouping can do a lot of stuff to bowling ball that maybe groups behind couldn't do. But in 5 years, you're going to be talking to these guys and going, man, you guys can do some stuff that these kids couldn't do. And it's great. We need that. So it's pretty cool to see.
All right, Spencer Robarge, PBA Tour champion. We'll see you in Rochester.
Yes, sir. Thank you.